are discussing about a new Sirolimus coated balloon. This is a new entry in the drug-coated balloon field. Until now, all drug-coated balloons eluted paclitaxel, and some of them are working very well and some of them not. The problem with this technology is that out of something like 16 devices that have been marketed in Europe, only 4 of them have a reliable clinical program, and they are effective tools for treating our patients. Paclitaxel is not the best drug for treating these patients because the problem with it is that the therapeutic window is narrow, and so we need a new drug. But Sirolimus, that is a very effective drug, as we have shown from other studies and from other devices like stents, is not so easy to deploy it to the vessel wall because the lipophilia of this drug is much lesser than the one of paclitaxel. So it took 10 years, around 10 years before being able of delivering Sirolimus on a drug-coated balloon and then delivering to the vessel wall. We decided to implant this device in our patient population, in our European patient population, and then we designed the Pharmaceutical study, that is a small study, a prospective study, just to see how this technology is effective and if it was safe. So we designed this study in a broad patient population, and we tested its efficacy. The outcome was good. We tested it in the Pharmaceutical in small vessel disease and in in-stent restenosis. We only had 3 adverse events that were related to restenosis. No thrombotic complications, no safety issues. We decided to study this device in a broader patient population, so we needed more reliable clinical data, not short follow-up, not angiographic follow-up. And so for that reason we designed the ESPORN. The ESPORN is an international spontaneous study that will enroll 1,000 patients with a clinical endpoint. The primary endpoint will be TLR after 1 year, but we will follow these patients up to 2 years. And we will record all of the elements of the MACE, that is myocardial infarction, death, whatever information we will get from this device. Currently, recruitment of this study is going very well because we have enrolled more than 600 patients today, so we are almost at 2/3 of the patients that have been enrolled. And we also did an interim analysis with a short follow-up after 1 month just to check if there were any safety issues, and we have seen that there are not. I hope that with this study we will be able to compare it with other devices, other reliable devices. You remember previously I said that we have only 3 or 4 drug-coated balloons eluting paclitaxel that have a reliable clinical program. So these devices have studies with a clinical follow-up. The ESPORN probably will be one of the largest studies for the drug-coated balloons, and we will compare it indirectly with these paclitaxel eluting devices. Many physicians are asking me, okay, but we would like to see angiographic data in a randomized study. And so for that reason we designed the TRANSFORM 1 and the TRANSFORM 2 studies, comparing this device in a random fashion to other currently used devices. In the TRANSFORM 1 we will randomize patients with small vessel disease to the most studied drug-coated balloon, that is the Sequent Please. 100 patients will be randomized to these 2 devices in a small vessel PCI. And what is interesting in this study is that the PCI will be OCT guided. So we will have an OCT at the beginning of the PCI and at the end of PCI. And this is the only study on this technology that is using this imaging technique. I think that we will have very good data from this study to see if this device is similar to the best-in-class drug-coated balloon. And the other very interesting study is the TRANSFORM 2 that will compare this device to the DES, because many physicians are asking me, okay, but now we have the DES that are very good. Why do you want to invest the knowledge and the science on a drug-coated balloon? And I replied them that we don't want to put too much metal in small vessels in long lesions. So for that reason, we designed this second TRANSFORM study where we will randomize in a small vessel patient population the patients to Magic Touch and to Xience. That is the best-in-class drug-eluting stent. Also in this study we will have an angiographic follow-up to see if the angiographic outcome in terms of late loss and percent diameter stenosis are similar. And we believe that without putting metal in a patient, we will find the non-inferiority with Xience. That's at least our expectation. So we want to test this device that has some specific advantages in terms of deliverability if compared to other drug-coated balloons, if this device will be able to have a similar outcome as for Xience or other DES in instant restenosis.